Now I just want some nacho fries.
Chad is
Well,
not understand.
nachos are very Mexican, but also very American.
Yeah. Also,
And tossing them on fries is also tasty.
I
Oh,
love
no,
how.
it's not that.
Oh,
They're like a specific flavored fry that you can get at Taco Bell. They're really good.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyways,
And
I
I thought you
you
were
know that
talking
they come.
about the thing sometimes you do in California where you put nacho cheese and other nacho toppings on top of a thing of fries.
Oh, well, that's really good too.
yeah. Anyways, hello, Danger Noddles. I wasn't the first one to say
How
it, right?
how else can we interrupt? How else can we interrupt Aaron?
I will mute you.
Do
Anyways,
it, bitch. I'll just leave. I'll walk away.
I
Collab
actually,
over.
I actually want to say something really cool that popped up in SCP subreddit. Um,
I'm still hurting by that restaurant you found called Mexico Goodly. That doesn't have mole. It doesn't have pico de gallo.
that's fair.
And you pronounce picosa as Picasso.
Shut up. Anyways, uh, and the thing that came up in the SCP subreddit is SCP Directive, a new game being made where it's not like the other SCP games where it's like a shooter horror like all the others. It's a job simulator where you actually work at the Foundation and your mistakes have real consequences.
That is an amazing idea.
Yeah, I have never seen that. The closest I've seen is Lobotomy Company. Lobotomy Corporation, sorry, not company. And that's not like
Aside,
SCP inspired, not SCP game. Sorry.
as a side note, you've seen is that SCP FNAF game?
I've not finished that.
As a side note, Rando's on a fucking 30 stream streak,
Yep.
which is mind blowing.
Actually, you know what's funny? My 2025 recap hatchet put you on the top of my most viewer. Like the viewer that watched my streams the most.
No, that's just false.
Under it
I
was
have
Bookworm.
Stockholm syndrome. What?
Yeah, right under it was Bookworm. Random person actually wasn't even on the list.
I see. Well, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
I can't. I find it very funny that now one of your most consistent viewers is someone just called random person.
Yeah. I completely forgot. I think random person was actually supposed to send me something yesterday, but I forgot what it was. I hate my memory.
We love you too, random person.
Yes, I just use it from the joke. Oh, probably that. Anyways, first, um, uh, SCP group of interest of the night is Nemo and the Nautilus.
Okay.
Alright. Nemo and the Nautilus is a group claiming to
Uh,
be. Huh?
real quick, what branch are we on right now?
The French.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. Nemo and the Nautilus is a group claiming to be openly hostile to the Foundation in its interests, but possesses limited resources and staff.
That can go a lot of ways.
Yeah. This handicap tends to limit its offensive capabilities, but its attacks are often very calculated, based on broad knowledge of the Foundation's containment methods, and generally making more or less supportive references to the book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Isn't that the book where the captain goes crazy?
Probably.
I don't know. I don't read unless it's Star Wars or Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Anyways,
come on, all of us read. We're all nerds here.
I read SCPs.
I'm not being entirely joking for you. Like in terms of like things that I read personally, it's Tolkien and manga. That's it.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, anyways. These attacks most often take the form of info hazards or memetic items, specifically and explicitly designed to damage the Foundation and designed by their perpetrators in such a way that they cannot be contained or neutralized by conventional methods, or they cannot or should not be manipulated by individuals working knowingly for the SCP Foundation. The founder individual of the group, representing him/herself as Nemo, was originally an employee of the Foundation, but details about him/her are closely linked to a series of incidents that took place between 1980 and 2011. Hello, Festus.
Bruh, why are you so loud?
Festus sounds like they haven't been petted a few thousand years. It's probably been like 5 seconds.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I've been keeping my distance from him because he's been going on a puking streak like he does.
Oh!
Oh. Oh no.
Most cats like have periods where they end up kind of feeling sicky and pukey. They tend to
Gotcha.
get over it pretty quickly.
Yeah. And whose records are currently classified as they constitute an attempt to dissolve the Foundation from within. It is currently unknown who.
Also,
Huh?
also, are y'all ready for TMI?
What?
Y'all ready for that? Festus's puke is a certified bioweapon.
Oh my god.
It's awful. Genuinely, tiny droplet in like the far corner of my room, and the entire room smells like death. We don't
Very
know what
cat.
it is. He is a stink bomb
Oh
with
my
4
god.
legs.
Oh my goodness. Yes. It is currently
A
unknown who.
stink bomb with 4 legs, and he must scream.
Oh my god. It is currently unknown
Anyway,
who is at the head of Nemo and the Nautilus, or even if it is one or more people. One thing is certain: the group's attacks on the Foundation are now more brazen. Is it brazen or brazen?
it's brazen.
Oh.
You just about said it right and then corrected yourself to something wrong.
Brazen than ever,
Brazen.
but of more limited ambition, and are generally aimed at revealing the Foundation's existence to the general public rather than simply destroying it. Any trace of activity by Nemo and Anomalous must be immediately reported to a level 4 staff member with Octopus accreditation so that he or she may take appropriate measures, deploy a mobile task force known as MTF, which is crossed out, and initiate the application of the Octopus Protocol. Oh.
Did you just quote me, Jerry?
Yeah.
A stink bomb, not puke bomb.
Oh, sorry. I'll modify that.
Yeah,
He is a stink bomb with 4 legs, and he must scream.
yeah. Also, I I do remember a story about the Foundation where it was forcefully revealed to the public. And all the country's leaders saw what they did to D-Class and decided, we're just gonna kill all Foundation people. That's how the story went. Where they just sent the
It's not a
GOC and other groups of interest after them to kill them all.
That is not a wholly unfounded response.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of the things the Foundation does with them is literally to save the world. So the world would end because they couldn't stand the Foundation.
Oh yeah, pretty much. When the Foundation
Yeah.
fell, there was a civil war between the anomalous and the non-anomalous. Because non-anomalous people deemed that anomalous people didn't have rights.
Why am I hearing a botched retelling of the history of Boku no Hero?
Hmm.
That's basically exactly what happened when Quark showed up.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a very specific god that wanted to kill all humanity and cover the planet with plants.
I don't know what.
Anyways, let's go see an SCP and see what they've done. I mean, from what it looks like, they now just want to reveal the Foundation to the public instead of just destroy it.
Yes, you just read that to us.
Yeah. Oh, look, the first one's a Keter. And it's a threat level
It
black.
was. I mean, it was implied by the article that they would probably all be Keters.
Wait, hold on, what the fuck?
What?
That picture was censored, now it's not censored.
Magic.
Oh, now it's censored again. Character chain corrupted by 299FR, now censored and safe. No, it's not. Oh. Oh, this is interesting. I haven't seen this in a
We
while.
stumble on a long one.
No, it's short.
Uh,
Alright, so the description 29FR is an information composed of 5. Oh, fuck you.
huh?
The second I started reading, it started corrupting the fucking file.
Oh, fun.
God damn it. And I can't get rid of it. FR 1.3-B, information composed by 113-B. Kara 1. Okay, so basically, oh my gosh, it's infecting all the files now. Oh no, you. I can't read this because it's just infecting the
You
files.
have to at least try. Do you want me to try for you?
No, it's replacing a bunch of the words of 113-B, so I think we know what it does.
Maybe you could like refresh the page and then open those one at a time.
Alright,
Yeah.
information
Then
composed
read
of
as
5
best you can.
characters who are infected random files, code, and networks belonging to the Foundation by substituting original characters that chain by themselves. Every type of files can be infected by 299FR, may be informative or not. The only requirement for infection seeming to be the presence of characters. 299FR was discovered by MTF Omega 11 Sandbox Vultures following the discovering of many repetitions of the same character chain in major and minor files. At first, 299FR was considered as a simple anomalous event, but the repetition of this event, named by this time, oh god damn, it's already affected a file. God damn it.
I have an
11.
idea. I'll
Oh,
take a After you refresh, I'll take a screenshot.
wait, no, it didn't. Many specialists classified as safe for many years. 299FR being classified as safe until the event 11-3 Bravo list, leading to the total destruction of Site Redacted through the activation of Site's nuclear warhead. Analysis of the remaining data showed that 299FR modified the code of activation of the nuclear warhead by itself. The nuclear warhead was then detonated by an internal message on the Federation network containing 299FR, which had by the time became the activation code.
Uh,
Holy
Oh.
shit!
I
that
think
is
I
Ah,
think I know why
That
it's
is
a
one of the
gator.
most that is one of the most diabolically brilliant ways to try to sabotage the Foundation.
Yeah. Following Event 113 Bravo, a lot of problems were attributed to 113-B-SFR, with the list including but not limited to the crash of a plane in a mountain, all instances of code were replaced by many instances of 299FR, leading to major dysfunction. The death of half of the effective unit of NTF Delta 4 Safari Time, following an error in the responding system, again due to replacement of some part of the code by 299FR. Not being aware that their information regarding their target's position was inaccurate, the member of the MTF ended face to face with the red gator class predator. Changes in the frontal logo of one of the Foundation's fake companies. Logo changed from redacted to 29FR. While being filmed by a TV news team, procedure Gemini 1223 was then applied. Note, yes,
Gemini, one, two, two,
Gemini.
three.
Yeah. Yes, it is because of
Gemini.
29FR that we accelerate our digitalization program,
Accelerate
certain files.
our
Why?
designation,
Yeah.
designation. Well, digitalization.
Yeah, digitalization. Why? Well, informative files can be copied and saved quickly. Not like papers, we lost 12 years of paper archives from site redacted before realizing what was happening. That's basically why we should check our archives more often. Agent Arizona. Damn it. That wasn't very fast. Origin of 2994 remains unknown, even though the group of interest, Nemo and Nautilus, is suspected to be involved. This is really an interesting SCP.
Well, yeah, it
That is,
also has
yeah.
literally killed people and could destroy the planet.
It could. Which is why it gives the highest threat level. Alright, I guess we see another
Sorry.
one. Point level orange. Object class unclassed.
Oh,
Since 266FR has not been contained and its nature has not been determined with certainty by the Foundation, it has not been assigned an object class, given the Foundation's inability to assess the item's reaction to any specific containment procedures should the latter ever be contained. What's the overall context of the picture?
the IRL context of that picture. It is a very good picture.
Yeah. Alright. How long is this? Not that long. F is a humanoid entity which takes the shape of a standard deep-sea diving suit carrying an umbrella at all times. It is invisible to the eyes of individuals having any connections to the SCP Foundation.
That would probably, like, based on, like, s did it wait, what was the exact phrasing? As in, like, j re I'm looking for what you just said.
Oh, human entity which
Any
take
connections to the SCP
yeah,
Foundation?
any connections.
Yeah, okay, so they can't even get a D class to tell them about it.
That's funny. Interventions to capture the entity must be carried out with the help of what was crossed out cameras which are not affected, analog cameras, such as 266FR's effect extends to items featuring electronic circuitry. For any human being, 226FR appears as is, but is never noticed by the former if they are not considered by the entity to be a target, except for certain exceptional circumstances such as redacted.
That is a lot of redaction.
Yeah. See Dr. Penal's note on this matter. 226FR appears to travel erratically, generally near large population centers. The city's way of locomotion is currently unknown, given the aforementioned difficulties in observing it. However, 226FR seems to follow a specific pattern to determine its targets. Indeed, multiple common traits have been observed between the latter, including most of the time single, socially isolated, specialized in a given field, recorded fields of expertise ranging from chemistry to weaponry, redacted.
My favorite.
The manner in which 226FR becomes aware of the existence and location of its targets is of yet unknown. Some theories exist, however, hypothesizing that the group of interest, Nemo and the Nautilus, has since long managed to infiltrate the public internet as well as many other private databases, and is using this data to guide the entity with a yet unknown communication device. Once 226FR has approached its target generally in their own home or an isolated space without external distractions, it will commence a conversation with them as follows. It should be noted that targets do not appear to notice 226FR's appearance during first contact, which can be added to the list of memetic anomalies surrounding the entity. Hello, do you have a moment to talk about Nemo, our herald and savior, and his mighty Nautilus? Oh my god!
It's just he's just a fucking Jehovah's Witness, but for this organization.
After this
I don't
utterance,
need that.
after this utterance, the target will become an -2 instance. During the transformation into -2, subjects lose their free will and begin to act with the sole purpose of bringing down the Foundation in order to serve the designs of Nemo and Anomalous, along with the other instances using hive mind-like behavior. I don't know how I feel about that.
I know how I feel about that. Terrible. That's awful.
Right. From the moment the target is transformed into a -1 instance, dialogue will begin between them and the entity in 100% of known cases. Outside an introductory sentence, which is always the same, all conversations differ, although they generally touch on the hobbies and motivations of 226FR's target, as well as Nemo and Anomalous' objectives, and include the revelation of copious amounts of information about the Foundation, no mimetic weaponry products, or redacted. From this step on, the -2 instance will converse with 226FR for the duration of 1 to 2 hours. After this, 226FR will leave the premises. All tailing attempts after conversation of a target into -2 have resulted in failure. It is common for 226FR to operate in an individual's very apartment, beginning the interaction by knocking at the door. Once 226FR has
Kids,
departed, huh?
hey kids, you want to know the home address of the O5 Council? What what Rando said.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Once 226FR has departed, the -2 instance will become aware of other -2 instances in a 2,000-kilometer radius and will attempt to join them. Generally, most -2 instances live in isolated groups near large population centers. In order to remain close, the numerous resources necessary for their actions. Their only purpose is then to attack the Foundation either directly or through other methods. So far, 3 distinct group types have been defined. Alpha teams generally comprise of former soldiers able to attack the Foundation through direct armed exaction. These groups generally count 5 to 10 people. Their total numbers are estimated to be 300 to 400 exclusively in Northern Europe.
Yeesh.
Only in Northern Europe. Beta teams comprise of scientists, managers, and logistics specialists, able to arm other groups and provide Nemo and Nautilus with new members of action. These teams are generally more numerous than the Alphas, given the need for coordination, and can count 12 to 300 members. Their exact numbers are difficult to estimate. Gamma Teams comprise of social, political, and intelligence experts. They generally supervise the actions of the alpha and betas. In addition to participating in Redacted, the Foundation on a global scale in a lawless world, gamers can range from well-organized offense teams of around 50 people to solitary individuals with a guerrilla-like strategy. The whole of these guys is presumably managed by the upper leadership of Nemo and Anomalous. If it exists, however, as of yet, the structure of the organization known as Nemo Anomalous is unknown, apart from the various groups of Dash 2 instances. And can act independently in a similar way to modern terrorist cells. Members can be found in all layers of society. They are therefore extremely difficult to track because of the network's versatility and ability to rapidly rescue or cover any given individual thanks to their centralized mind. To date, upwards of redacted Dash 2 instances have been recorded, and more than 3,000 have already been neutralized. Oh,
Why are you sounding surprised?
I didn't expect that many people to be affected, that's all.
Uh,
And Dash 2 instances can be neutralized if administered class alpha amnestics. The observed relapse rate is 0%. So far, 226FR has never tried to reinfect a neutralized Dash 2 instance. To date, all interrogation attempts on Dash 2 have failed, including indirectly during undercover operations aiming to approach Dash 2 instances in a more discreet way. Oh, maybe by neutralized they mean like free of infection?
I mean, yeah, they pretty much just immediately said that.
No.
Neutralize doesn't inherently mean killing something.
That's what I was thinking at
They give
first.
them the
Technically,
Men in Black.
technically, it does mean killing the virus. That is still killing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's a virus.
Yeah. It's just a
It's
mimetic
just like a
effect.
highly concentrated
Oh,
mimetic
fair enough.
effect. Yeah.
Yeah. They know I still
But
don't.
yeah, the now you have to wonder if the SCP really is gonna start doing for these guys like how that fucking content farm thinks they do for every random schmuck who witnesses something.
Uh,
It
Yeah.
fucking it's just the fucking needle with green goop. Just stab it into them on the middle of the freeway.
Yeah. Anyways, they know I still don't know how, but they know. We had 3 agents in the village next to Beta Camp we uncovered, and we had placed them undercover in the village's 3 different grocery stores. Every time the Dash 2 instances refused to be served by them and went to find other clerks. It's as if they were instinctively aware of who is and isn't in the Foundation. But while coming from Nemo and Nautilus, it doesn't surprise me. Agent Namu on the redacted operation. The problem is this: we know nothing about 226FR, we are unable to predict its trajectory, which makes us hardly capable of deploying an octopus to its location fast enough, since we generally only have a window of 1 to 2 hours. Only the members of the program can realistically attempt to intercept it. In addition, we got nearly nothing out of Dash 2 instances about it. Entity could very well have much graver effects without us having the slightest idea. This is why we must first of all focus our efforts on the traces it leaves behind to understand how it functions and learn more about it. Currently, we are not in a position to capture it given the total lack of information about the entity, octopus or not. Thus, please collaborate with Dr. Johans from Site Aleph Archives, responsible for collecting data on 226FR. Dr. Pedolis.
I'm gonna call some bullshit on them not classifying this. Like this is pretty obviously a Keter. Why would this not fall into Keter?
That, and depending on how many people infects, it could go as bad as an Apollyon.
I doubt it would get that bad, just from the fact that, like, by the sounds of it, like, this is being done by a group that has some value
Mhm.
in people who aren't part of their group, i.e., their desire to expose to the rest of the world that the SCP Foundation exists.
Yeah.
But, uh,
Yeah, that's fair. Person. So basically, both
yeah,
SCPs we've read so far have been really fucking bad.
they've got some very, very unfortunate effects for the Foundation slash, in this second one, for general public, because it's a fucking horrifying idea of being, like, forcibly entered into a hive mind.
Do we need to see another, or do we know where to put it?
That's the thing, I don't know where to put it, but I know the general vibes.
What do you think, Jerry?
Like, I have all the information I should need to put it
Ah,
somewhere, I just don't know where I would put it.
so should we read another or go to the tier list?
I don't fucking know. Jerry, do you have
Have
a
a
rank you would put it in?
the group?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
or should we read another?
Well, they are clearly not trying to be evil, but the things they've made are not exactly friendly.
Yeah.
Should they go incompetent neutral?
That's the thing, like, I was kind of thinking putting them in an incompetent place, except there is no way in hell that these guys are in any way, shape, or form incompetent.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
they they've made very simple things, but those simple things have an incredibly wide-reaching effect.
So maybe.
Then, even though they mean to do good, they're still doing like very bad things, and they are not incompetent about it. So they need to go in evil, and I don't like that.
I don't like that much either, but it's like,
Yeah.
It's literally the group feels like one of the definitions of the path to hell is paved with good intentions.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
Because no matter how good they mean to be trying, they're literally they've they've killed people. They've killed lots of people, and not to
should we
save other people. They did it because they don't like the Foundation.
should should we make a new tier that's just called the Path to Hell?
Oh my god,
You know what?
no.
Yeah, the path to hell tier.
Are you serious?
That it'll be for instances of groups that have, like, a reasonable moral founding, but are still engaging in very awful activities.
Yeah, so they would go in evil.
Okay, but
They would be in evil tier.
okay,
The path to hell.
I know, but do I put above, middle, or where in the evil categories?
I'd
Between
say put it
oh
Yeah, I was gonna say put it between the neutral categories and the evil
yeah, that's what
categories.
I was thinking too.
So between chaotic and lawful, chaotic neutral and lawful evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like on the verge of that. Because, like, on one hand, I can kind of get behind the prospect of trying to make the world aware of the anomalous. It's like it that's literally a pretty core fundamental idea behind the serpent's hand and a lot of our favorite
Oh
groups.
god damn it!
But but simultaneously, the means through which they're going about this is far too destructive. Like, by the same notion that we put that one group that, like, made, like, a mimetic agent that played on a site site speaker that just instantly killed anyone who could hear it. It's like by the same reasoning that like we have to put it in some kind of condemning section.
Yeah. Also, that thing really doesn't like you, Aaron.
Oh wait, I already used that color. There we go. Different color.
So you titled it "Path to Hell."
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
We now have Path to Hell tier, and it's going to be interesting going back through the original GOIs with all of our newer listings.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
No! No! Why is it always Shigastan? We
Sugarstan!
we'd gone 2 weeks without Shigastan.
It was peaceful. And then now he's here again at the Order of Light.
They
There's
also made a
something to
mimetic
be said
agent
about that.
onto Foundation databases, forced to mimic making pornography sound. Okay, now that one's just funny.
Anyways, the next one is Order of Light. The Order of Light seems to be an angel of death, which tempts humanity by presenting it with the apple of immortality. Its appearance worries us, its intentions are obscure, and its promises seduce us. So we resolutely plunge our gaze into it, trying in vain to understand its schemes. And we succumb to it. For all of the abysses we know, none seem more luminous than that which we saw there.
Uh, that is an incredibly odd way for the SCP Foundation to officially describe something. So I'm going to guess that they either have to do this to maintain containment or the fucking anomaly is affecting this description.
Probably. The Order of Light presents itself as an arc religion, devoting unfailing adoration to all forms of normal and supernatural life, and aspires to transcend all physical and ideological distinctions in order to unite all beings inhabiting the earth under its sole banner.
No, thank you. Sorry, continue.
If its ancient existence as an esoteric counterpart of the legendary Knight Templars is certain, it is assumed that its origins are much older still. The Order of Light has recently emerged from the shadows of occult organizations and shows a disturbing intent to massively recruit new followers who, until now, seem to be approached only by initiates in the greatest secrecy. While this organization is suspected of having infiltrated all levels of society and most political and religious decision-making spheres in the Western and Eastern world, the Order of Light, which claims to be peaceful and philanthropic,
Philanthropic.
philanthropic, has never sought to oppose or interfere with the Foundation or any other groups of interest. The organization never appears to have been involved in any crime, offense, or scandal, thus legitimizing its existence on the world scene and all more seducing the population by its apparent purity. Any contact with its members is strictly prohibited because of their alienation practices, and a crucial lack of information about the Order's motivations. Any individual suspected of being a member of the Order must be immediately reported to NTF Omega 1 alias Odor of Holiness. Wait a fucking minute. Is this the Templars from Assassin's
What's the
Creed? I doubt it.
I doubt it, yeah.
Wait. Order de here. What's this? Oh
Could be
my gosh.
inspired by them, but what?
This is an outdated hub. A doubted
Oh,
translation hub. What's this? Oh my god.
oh, that looks
This is this is
awesome.
apparently better than what's here because this is Windows Translate. You might find more faithful description on this group hint just here.
Okay.
Translate. Hit translate. Is it doing it? Yep, there it goes. Always. Anyways,
Are you
now I
are
gotta.
you having to use the auto translate?
Yeah, there. Now it's
This one
much
isn't
bigger.
officially translated.
Yeah. Wait, no, it's not big enough. Hold on. There we go. There is an audio log, but I have no idea if it's in English.
Most likely not, but you can play it to check.
I'm already don't like it.
I feel naturally repelled by this group. Maybe I'm not Christian enough or Catholic enough. In which, as in, I am 0% of either. I was raised by a Buddhist.
So far, it's just music.
It reminds me of the music that they would play in Chrono Trigger every time they got to an evil temple of sorts that was going to destroy the world or was somehow connected with Lavos.
Yeah, I think this is just what the audio log is. It's just music.
It makes me think of Halo's ambient soundtracks.
Yeah, just music. Alright.
Some of the music from Halo.
I like how it says right here the hub's gone. But it's right here. Yeah, anyways. Welcome, Seeker of Light. Do you know that human beings are the greatest enigma in this world? Honestly, that might actually be true.
It's I wouldn't put it as human beings, I'd put it as human brains. But
Yeah.
eh.
From the genesis of his story, he was intimately convinced of the existence of a force beyond all understanding, so he tried to tame it by giving it a form, a story, a name. For some, it is a pantheon of divine entities that sit in heaven and dispose of men as distracting and servile pawns. For others, she is ruthless warrior, deity thirsty for persecution and sacrifice. Still, others recognize her as an inconstant god, who sometimes bruises and punishes men, sometimes offers them his love and forgiveness. Thus, humanity has never experienced this force other than through myths and legends, dogmas, and other age and ceaseless wars. Shaped by the distinct and casual nature that he attributed to his creator, man has built fragile institutions, made precarious agreements, and entrusted blind leaders with the future of a dying world. We ordained believe that all humanity deserves to flourish and be forever preserved from the age old obscurantism of corruption, ignorance, and fanaticism. We are not elites advocating subversion and viewing with disdain those who think differently. We are men and women united by an ideal of peace and learning. We do not guarantee that we hold the key to your happiness. We hope so. We do not boast on having any universal truth. We are looking for her. We do not claim to allow you to tame the extrasensory faculties of the human body. We affirm it. We are not an ephemeral organization with obscure designs, hungry for money or power. We are the Order of the Light. Order of Light.
I don't trust them.
We do have
Why did
origins.
everything just go silent? So, okay.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Our history. It's the smallest and humblest society in this world. We too have known other spaces and other times, which have since made us the guardians of many luminous secrets. Would you like to hear them? The following extracts are fragments of poems taken from a legendary work that is dear to us. It's entitled The Book of Light. Some of these verses will undoubtedly evoke famous passages from an ancient book of our common history, but it is not the rewriting of the First Testament or even a new Bible that you are going to read. It is the knowledge of a child dreaming of peace in the middle of the. What is that?
Bow cages? What?
Bokages?
I
Should I
don't.
look that word up?
I don't know what that means.
I'll look it up.
A type of passage form. Oh, that is in French. Bocage refers to a terrain of mixed woodland and pasture,
Oh,
with fields and
Yeah.
winding country lanes sunken between narrow, low ridges and banks.
gotcha.
Okay.
Pages who wrote his story, our story, inspired by a being who fell from the stars. The genesis of light and darkness. At the beginning of everything was the Creator. In his hands rested a harmonious chaos. May he unite into two beings, two twin hearts. The first luminous avatar of the cosmos, the wings budding and burning branches, crystallized his iridescent breath in the abyss, populating infinity with dust and gasoline. I don't think this was.
What?
Is this supposed to be gasoline? Or is that an English translation error?
Mm.
The second embodying sublime darkness, split from his flesh in dear quintessence, from which springs a torrent of life which fertilized the immaculate envelope in the emerging stars. From this chaste and pure union God sounded the supreme harmony of flesh and blood. He called the winged being of fire light, and named his heavenly soulmate darkness. And he saw that it was good. The coming of the world of Uriel. While Cain, the pale forehead adorned with the mark fratricide of revenge and forgiveness, laid a shameful immolation of the monarch of the creation and the most precious of his gifts. Eve's tears spread across the earth, magnifying the waters with Abel's groaning blood. Her white lips flowered with sincere forgiveness. God saw the dew of his eyes fall even more, also taking pity on the bereaved mother. He sealed in these sadly constellated skies the memory of dearly paid happiness, be born into tenderly mixed hands. Seth, dormant glow in Eve's insides, was a third gift from God upon his awakening. From earth, the sun, through blessed heaven, dreams of love and hatred, cry born of rooty tears, Adam's child was soon the pride of men. Seth married the resplendent Azora, whose heart combined the sum of all virtues, filling her with a happiness that lasted for a long time. Everyone, trees, animals, slowly bound around a cradle of herbs and wildflowers. The child, dozed off by a ray of light, was crowned with a humble and immortal tribute. Nature, touched by the shadow of heaven, let it rustle in unanimous breath, Uriel. The foundation of the Order of Light. Uriel, the light of the Most High, ignited of the invisible love of creation, loved by life for whom death swooned, one day received a vision of its destruction. The chosen one abandoned the tranquility of his being to bring brothers and sisters together alongside him, who dipped in the metal of their honor, the oath to remain the only masters of destiny. They became the first guardians of Earth, 7 noble virtues. The angels taught them, and the demons for them weaved the light in a work that they placed in their hands. Uriel laid down the foundation of the book of a new order among divine orders. Their bread was their faith, so the law was wine, for those whose destination the heavens were. Uriel's.
I
Huh? Yeah, I'm starting to wonder, are we going to
can
get much
we
information out of this?
this is
I, I,
I
I feel like it was a lot of information of nothing and just pissed me off the more I heard about it. It just makes me think they're assholes.
I don't I why?
Oh, we gotta, there are objectives and method. So we actually see what they want.
So wait, what was further up?
Further up was just questions of introduction, like,
Introduction.
uh, it
Should
said,
we read that too?
I don't know.
Aaron's
I don't
already read a
fucking
lot, and
know.
so far it felt like nothing and a lot of annoyance
I think I
and
just
like
want to see
everything.
the objectives and see what they actually want to fucking do. So far, that's what we need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, objectives. Our goal, as ordained, is radiant with simplicity. We wish to enable humanity to triumph over the sin to which it has subjected itself by choosing to turn away from its creator and to regain its true strength, which it once madly renounced. We believe that ignorance holds human beings captive to their fear and desires. Why does death fascinate him as much as he fears it? Because he doesn't know her. Why does he enjoy drugs or gambling? Because he ignores or underestimates the decay in which he devotes himself to succumbing to it. Human beings seek eternal tranquility and ephemeral pleasure, and this is their most masterful error. We believe that evil arises from the corruption of emotion. Indeed, noble feelings such as joy, hope, or generosity are ephemeral, and when man is guided by evil emotions, his malicious intentions are sooner or later embodied in evil acts. Man conveys the pain and hatred that he carries within him, and by exercising it against others, hurts him both through cruelty and through the gratuity of his act. Who has never witnessed the dismaying spectacle of one person publicly insulting another until the latter, exasperated, returning the favor. Who has never heard the story of loving parents burning with the desire for revenge on their child's killer? Every innocent individual becomes corrupted by contact with violence and feels a powerful desire to reproduce what he has been a victim of, and thus sin is transmitted, the sad heritage of humanity. We ordained believe that man must become the master of himself, that he must accept the extinction of his own emotions, thus ensuring him internal tranquility and happiness, insensitive to the horrors of life. How can we expect a society to evolve favorably if its inhabitants prefer to wallow in their own misfortune and defend its body and soul? On the contrary, a person who does not love cannot hate, and he who cannot hate cannot be weak. We believe that man must stop denying the supernatural faculties with which nature has endowed him and regulating the miracles it conceals to the rank of legends or myths. Alexis Didier or Edgar Casey, whose full potential the order developed, had clairvoyant gifts such as they worried their contemporaries and terrorized skeptics. Why is their gift still hidden from history today? The beasts of Avodon, Leviathan, and the Nine-Tailed Fox have all left traces of their existence in history in our memory, but
But
by
that's the beast of Shivaldon.
Shivadon, okay. By virtue of what is their existence refuted, society refuses to hear and prefers to forget what set its logical and rational principles of failure. The human being called to reign on earth alongside entities of formidable wisdom, paragons of peace and harmony, preferred money and politics, of which he made himself a slave. We all know the consequences. The man doesn't believe in God. He serves as bad gods. Oh,
Are you okay?
yeah. So they just don't like emotions?
They want to basically convert the entire world and to eliminate emotions
Mm.
because they think people are more likely to defend evils instead of do good. And that they will fail
That's,
God.
I don't think they believe in anything quite like that. They repeatedly kind of uh, dissuade these concepts, but uh, go ahead and read method.
Method? Alright,
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe I
we
was
need to know what
listening
they
too wrong.
actually do.
alright. Method. To remedy your ills, we first offer you some of the teachings of the Book of Light, then invite you to compare them to the most recent and acclaimed scientific and religious articles found around the world in order to confront your critical mind with their merits. Classes are given during seminars in which everyone is invited, regardless of age, gender, or belief. A meditation session will allow to perfect your knowledge of your body, then a few other practical exercises to awaken the mystical potential that has been dormant within you since your birth. The demonstration by a master will end the session, which will lend itself to an exchange with the public and answer your questions. We guarantee that diligent study of our precepts will protect you from any of your fears and will gradually dissipate the disorders and illnesses that affect you forever. You will be at peace with yourself for the first time in your life. To date, we have never noticed the slightest disappointment or annoyance at the end of a session. At most, some skeptics have seen their fears and doubts allayed once they have been explained. Note that we also regularly give numerous conferences around the world. We invite you to inquire about this. Perhaps one of them is located near you. Whoever you are and whatever you are looking for, come without fear. Everything that others have is nothing compared to what we want to give you. You know that nothing is achieved without effort. This is why we will only demand a sacrifice from you, your consent.
I this sounds what's the way to put it? This sounds like a self-help seminar that is
Maybe
anomalous in nature.
maybe they're not as bad as they sound, but I still don't trust them.
I can't say I trust them either.
Uh,
Try to see
Hmm.
what the hell it says. Oh,
This
testimonials.
test is just one guy.
Yeah.
Testimonials, plural, and it's just this one dude,
may I read
Mr.
him?
Williams.
Sure.
I have been cheated on by my employers for over 10 years. They in whom I blind trust. Because my own family had been stolen from me, I put myself as their service to protect theirs, but also the entire population, people about whom I knew nothing, and whom knew nothing about me. There was a time when I found my happiness in that of others, a time when knowing that humanity, my men and I were fighting for, was family I failed to protect. It was enough for me to be happy. I was so devoted to them that when they demanded I kill the love of my life, I didn't even fail. Today I repented. The order saved me from myself and opened my eyes to the true nature of men who ignores this essential adage, an eye for an eye, blood for blood. Did it just turn him from a good person to a horrible person?
Mr. Williams, 38, ex-security guard. Okay, blood for blood does go for...
Uh,
It's a short story about the O5.
uh,
Okay. Um, I
Oh, and
was.
it's not a
Are
short
there
story.
any SCPs? Are there any SCPs related to this group?
good question.
Yeah, I'll look. See if there's any. Oh, we
Maybe
already.
on Timeless Knowledge Archived?
Oh,
There we
timeless
go.
knowledge. And why are y'all yellow? I don't know what they. God is dead.
Let's look at God is Dead first, unless Hatchet has another opinion.
I. I'm just here
Oh, why does that look creepy?
because it's creepy. This is an objectively unsettling image.
How long is it? Okay, it's not that long.
Okay.
Alright, SCP-3030-FR is a Catholic church built in 19th century, located in the redacted region, Poland. The materials that constitute it differ in no way from those used in the construction of places of worship of this era. However, the walls and floor are partially deteriorated, unlike the roof, which was rebuilt several times for collapsing during religious ceremonies, leading to the place being abandoned in the 20th century.
20th century. I love automatic translation.
Yeah. 030 contains a balcony, the usual furnishings of any Catholic church, as well as a series of 20 rows of oak wood benches on which a total of 40 human-shaped silhouettes sit, or more rarely stand, entirely covered in opaque white fabric, making any identification impossible at first glance. On the eastern interior wall, 030 is handwritten the phrase, not even going to try and say that, God is dead in Polish, using an unidentified material, red ochre in color. When a silhouette is revealed by an individual, -1, who is himself physically observed by a third person, the corpse, -3, of one of the living members of the family of -1 will thus be discovered on the condition that -3 itself is not physically observed by anyone at the time -1 reveals a silhouette. The relationship between -3 and -1, this has been crossed out, never extended beyond 3 generations of that which -1 belongs, can extend beyond 3 generations, and the deceased family member will always be the closest. Brotherhood bond is a priority, otherwise kinship bond. Genealogically to -1. In the event that a silhouette is revealed by an individual -2 who is not physically observed by a third party, it is assumed that -2 discovers its own body, thereby causing its death, although the manner in which the body dies, -3 concealed by the veil, replaces the living body of -2, is still misunderstood. The silhouettes offer abnormal resistance to any attempt at movement, regardless of the means used and the force exerted. Until the veil that conceals it is removed, all the attempts will end in failure. Destroying one of them by fire, for example, will reveal the body of a new instance of -3 and /-2 once the fabric is consumed, and whoever caused the destruction will be the subject to the same effects as -1, or -2 in case it is not visually protected. Having the fabric lifted by a robot has the same effects as if the person controlling the machine lifts the veil themselves. In addition, if a tissue is lifted by 2 or more individuals, the youngest of them will be a victim of the effects of 030, thus maximizing the chances that a family member who is very close to him dies in the way already stated. When silhouettes located in 030 are no longer monitored by a human individual, new examples replace those that have already been revealed, so that the number remains at 39. The means by which these replacements are possible is still unknown. Additionally, their location 030 may vary with each reappearance. Due to the threat that 030 poses to the Foundation, its access is condemned for redacted, and no further testing is permitted.
I I'm very confused on what this does.
Uh,
Too many dash numbers.
yeah, I don't. Well, we do have a message from the Order of Light. Maybe it will explain what it does, or what the result, or the experience report. Let's read what the experience report does. Maybe now I'll explain it. Such as D5058 and his brother D5081, both charged with triple murder. That's a lot of murder. Procedure D5058 is tasked with lifting the fabric covering one of the silhouettes under supervision of Dr. Carter. Meanwhile, D5081 is kept in a cell of site redacted and observed via cell camera by security personnel. Results: the body of a middle-aged Caucasian man, identified as 5081, as that of his father, is revealed. Subject immediately shows signs of anxiety and becomes hostile, then is subdued by security guards accompanying Dr. Carter. Analysis: a close relative of the subject may therefore be affected by the effects of 030, regardless of their geographic location, provided that it is not kept in the eye of another person when the tissue is raised. After information, it appears that the father of the two D classes was alone at home at the time of the test. A carbon monoxide poisoning over scenario was put in place to justify his death.
Okay, so now I'm getting it. If someone
Mhm.
lifts up this veil, someone that's close to them is under it dead, and that person actually, from wherever they were, dies.
Yeah.
And if a second person is like observing while they lift up the veil, the second person will see their own dead body and subsequently die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We have another test too, such as D5058 and
Yeah.
D5081. Oh, yeah,
Huh?
procedure. Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying something else.
No, it wasn't.
Alright, procedure D5058 is tasked to lift the veil of another figure under the supervision of Dr. Carter. The surveillance camera of D5081's cell is this time cut off. Results: the body of D5081 is revealed by D5058. A quick check proves that the cell occupied by D5081 a few moments earlier is now empty, despite the physical impossibility for it to escape and be inside 030. D5058 becomes hostile towards the doctor again and is shot dead by security agents. Analysis: it is therefore the family member closest to the subject who is primarily exposed to the effects of 030 in the case of observation of the subject, all the other members of their family being alive and well, and consequently potential targets. Oh,
Oh, how fun.
Uh,
oh my god. I have to read this experience report. Experience, subject,
Well, when you skipped one.
this isn't, oh yeah, experience report to see. Seems like an audio log, so does someone want to be the doctor? Someone else be a D class?
Uh, I don't
hmm.
know.
I'm willing to be either one. I just don't know which one I want to be.
Uh,
I'll be the D class. I feel like they'd probably be panicked.
Alright.
uh,
Interview D8644, interviewer Dr. Redacted. Forward D8644 is a 35-year-old Caucasian man with a sister, D9675, both charged with armed robbery and repeat offenses. The presence of D9675 in his site redacted cell is confirmed, then the camera is cut off. D8644 is asked to enter 030 alone and reveal a silhouette. 030's front door is closed behind him. Conversation continues by microphone. D8644, did you enter 030 correctly?
no. I,
Huh?
I thought I was reading for the doctor.
Oh, sorry. I
Oh,
didn't mean
It's
to cut
good.
you off. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. You go ahead.
Oh,
I was just confused as to who's reading
yeah. All right.
the doctor.
yeah, you're not very clear on that sometimes, Bright.
Sorry. Anyways, go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, is it normal that there are people dressed in white sitting on the benches?
This is completely normal. Please approach one of these silhouettes and raise the fabric covering it.
But why are they still? Who are these guys? It's a joke, right? Is it a is it a hidden camera?
We have removed all the cameras from the building, and no one is currently looking at you. That's why I need you to remove a veil and describe to me what is it was hiding.
Are you kidding me? And I'm dreaming, or are there three deep down watching me?
Nobody is watching you. Now reveal a silhouette, please. It is soon at this time that D-8644 drops the veil and that covered one of the bodies.
Fucking shit! It's me?
D-8644 immediately describe what you have in front of you.
But I can't vote anymore.
D-8644, answer. D-8644 no longer gives any sign of life from this moment. Closing speech, security officers unlocked 030's door and re-entered the premises on the orders of Dr. Redacted. The corpse of D-8644 was found in the former location of a figure sitting on a bench, a fabric lying on the ground placed at his feet. An analysis of his body devoid of any injury highlights of heart failure as the sole cause of death.
Did he have? Did he have a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, wait, now I'm just confused again. Why?
Well, like,
What?
no one was observing him, and he went in alone. Which I think was the dash too. Like, if no third party is watching, it's your own body.
Oh, right.
I
Okay.
think
I was
that makes.
misunderstanding her word.
Yeah. I think Aaron is right, but also he could have literally had a heart attack from seeing his own corpse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably the
Well, I
person.
mean, the anomalous effect kills the person that's
Yeah.
seen on the bench, so.
Yeah. All right. So here's the thing I saw that shocked me. All right. Subject D9440, survivors of the Redacted Massacre, whose entire family was murdered and redacted. Procedure: D9440 is placed under supervision of Dr. Redacted. He is asked to lift the veil of one of the figures. Results: the body of Director of Site Redacted, brother of O5 Redacted, is discovered.
Oh, fudge.
Analysis: long research work has suggested that D9440 has a distinct relationship with the Director of Site Redacted and in the same way with O5 Redacted. Data expunged.
Oh no.
So this,
You know what? That's fair.
this SCP will kill O5s.
Family of O5s. That was a family member.
Yeah. Yeah. By unanimous decision of the L5, all experiments on 030 are now prohibited.
Well, oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen an SCP kill an O5's family member before. Oh gosh.
Yeah, also, this is a manuscript of that. To our 40 brothers who listed to the words, who listened to the
Listen,
words, I don't know why I say listed. Anyways, of him of whom lies and blasphemy are the only might, of Christ the enemy of the light, the shadow face. From the history of men, the antagonists in the dark days, elders of the order whose death does not equal your fate. May these shrouds of withered light veil your bodies. May your carnal envelopes in those places be chained, and the oath of eternal silence never perjured. Oh, I'm guessing the order
I
of light made the SCP?
I guess it's honestly really hard to tell what what why I I don't know.
Do we need to see another one, or
Well, I don't know. I guess because I don't know where we would put it.
we actually have two black level threat levels, which means it's severely dangerous.
Then I guess click on one of those.
Hopefully, it's not too long. Yeah, it's not that long. And the order of light is mentioned. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. 056FR is a conscious mist that resembles pure gold dust and occupies a current volume of 733.3 meters cubed. The mist levitates a few centimeters from the ground, but can rise up to 10 meters above sea level. When a human being comes into contact with 056, a flash of light occurs originating from the entity. The affected part of the body is then erased from reality and history as if it were not had never existed. Okay then.
Oh, okay.
Any accident necessitated or in any way arising from the part of the body in question will also be erased from history. The part of the body
What do you
interf
mean by re
huh?
wait, what do you mean by erased from history?
Just never
Uh,
existed. The part of a body interfacing between the missing part and the body itself will be covered with scar tissue like a stump. Oh, it's only a part of the body. Oh, wait. What? What? So, like, your arm is never existed if it gets taken.
Yeah,
What?
that's why I was that's why I was confused. You're the one reading it. Are you
At first, I thought it was a translation error. I thought it was like the person would no longer exist. No, it's just the part of their body. If the affected part ever includes a part of the body essential to survival without which the subject would not have been able to survive until its current age, it will transform into an earlier version of himself, where he would have died more early following a shortage caused by 056. In this case, the subject will appear more or less broken down according to the difference between the age of the latter before contact with the entity and his age at the time of his premature death. If a human being ever fully enters 056, his entire existence will be erased along with all of his actions. This includes his possible descendants. Oh, only 056 and any eyewitnesses at the time of the flash seem to remember the changes that the entity has made in history. Some being some beings adults for humanity, others simply judged as minors. These changes are instantaneous and take the shape at the end of the flash, and are capable of significantly altering the known world according to their importance. Despite the lack of evidence on the very existence of these changes, all nevertheless seem real based on the testimonies and lie detector tests of the following people. Witnesses to the transformations carried out by 056, data expunged. 056FR is also capable of communicating telepathically. Oh. So, Hatchet, just out of curiosity, do you want a speaking role this time?
I don't think so.
Okay, then I guess I'll either be SCP or Doctor. Which one do you want to be, Jerry?
I'll be the doctor.
Alright.
I do not know their gender, so I'll just I don't know.
Oh no, I see something earlier. I see something later in the article. Oh my god. Interviewed 056FR, interviewer Dr. Isayo, forward Dr. Isayo, questions 056 following its recovery by the Foundation.
Hello, SCP-056FR. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Ezkio, and I have a few questions to ask you if you would like.
Little man, I suppose you end up joining my ranks.
Grow your ranks. I do not think so. What use would there be acting like this?
Everything has a use. You know, the funny thing about this is that I'm supposed to make you disappear from this planet and restore balance. but that the absorption of some of you saved you more than anything else. And as a genre, I mean. Although, if I hadn't done it, the balance would have been broken for good, and only great Libra could have fixed everything.
Save us.
Yes, save you. Have you ever heard of Thirth? Third, 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 and
Just read it like third.
Third and Fourth World War? I do not believe, nor the Great Pandemic, nor the New York, nor of 113-B. No, the one that set off the nuke. The one we read earlier from the other
Yeah,
group.
yeah.
Wait, why is that? What? Why did that come back? It's a completely different group.
It doesn't actually go. Yes, it goes to the SCP. I just double checked.
Indeed. I. It all happened really product. What?
Yes and no. It happened, but it never happened. I was still a little cloud at the time.
You talk about balance, and we know you are one of the four. We've already located the giant deer, the Ark, you. But what about the last one?
The last? You mean of the last?
What? But you. Are you not just four?
Four tools, but what good are tools if no one uses them?
Wait, there's one more other?
Not yet, but he will come back one day. Now, little man, tell me, have you ever dreamed of seeing all your misfortunes, even those of the past, disappear at once? Help me go out, little man, because I have work, and you will only be satisfied. I will absorb you last. Promise.
This discussion is over. Also, I have to say, killing someone is not the same as saving them.
Yeah. Alright. Each.
Not how it works.
Yeah. Each time 056 absorbs human organic mass, it grows increasing its volume by approximately 0.001 cubic meters per quintal absorbed. According to Foundation calculations, from an assumed initial volume of 1 cubic meter, 056 FR erased approximately more data expunged people over time.
Congratulations, you're being rescued. Do not resist. I think that's the exact line.
Yeah. 056 was discovered in its initial confinement by Dr. Grimm and Agent Namu, then unknown to the Foundation at the time, and later secured by French Mobile Task Force Delta 3, aka Les Dragons, at the location where the current site tab is located. The area later turned out to be the containment base for anomalous objects of the Order of Light.
Damn it, now I just want to watch Rogue One again, but I canceled my Disney Plus subscription.
See, Dr. Grimm's transmission to Agent Nerisma. Hi, Narim. We have heard from the Order of Light. Apparently, they have some sort of base near Data Expunge where they confine and prey in front of abnormal objects. With Namu, we infiltrated, pretended to enlist again, and so far no one has asked questions about 046FR. The upper strata of the organization must have kept it secret. However, according to the guys present on the site, security has been reinforced for some time. There are some nice things confined there, but above all, is one of the four, and strangely, it's one that scares the guys on the site the most. We haven't been able to get close to it yet, but we have to get moving. I don't know how they contain this, but if it escapes with all other objects here, we risk having a lot of trouble. I'm sending you the photos of the shots I took. The areas in red are those where the objects are contained, and one of the with the black cross is a member of the Four. I have already started to collect information on the last of the Four. They too are looking and seem to have some interesting leads. I'll keep you posted when I know more. Swarm, it can get quickly turn sour here. Grim, photos that may compromise security at the TAF site status deleted. So the Order of the Light somehow contained it. And
May it never leave its containment.
and also technically by the way it's in a letter they pray to it. Do we need to see another one or are we good?
I don't fucking know at this point. I feel like I'm having a stroke.
This is basically just a church organization, a Christian church organization kind of thing. We have another type black threat level.
I I honestly just really want to move on, but I still don't think I know where I'd put them.
What do you think, Jerry?
Uh, 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 why don't we look at the neutralized SCP?
Yes.
Where's the group mentioned here?
Oh, it's being mentioned that the Order of Light wants this SCP, and that's it.
Okay, different SCP. This is not going to be useful.
Shit.
Okay. Now, where's the group mentioned on this SCP?
Hold on. Order. Wait. No
Did you open
matches.
all the little windows, or?
Oh. Oh, there's even more. There it goes. Okay.
Okay, now try the search again.
How do you always manage to forget to open all the little things?
Okay, yeah.
It is mentioned! Huzzah!
It is mentioned a couple times. Okay. But it's also long. Wait, 056FR is mentioned.
Oh.
The World Occult Coalition. I mean, that's
Okay,
close.
so the Order of Light did not create it, they just want it. Okay, something else.
Well, I'm talking about 056FR. I don't know if
No, I'm saying one of the things that mentioned it was the Order of Light wants the SCP.
Oh, that's the thing, is like we don't know that they create any SCPs themselves.
right.
Oh, that's
They just
fair.
pray to them. That's basically what they're doing.
Uh,
It looks like though this one we
I
can actually
just,
see the four. And this is also like really fucking long.
uh,
uh, where would we put one of those kind of scummy self-help groups.
Is there a shorter SCP?
I don't know. Or like it's not even mentioned here this time. Yes, but you. Oh my gosh, 113-P is back. God damn it.
I
SCP's everywhere in the
we
French
have
documentation.
we have been on this group of interest for at least an hour,
Yeah,
probably more by now.
I think. I, I think at this point it's just the church just wants to worship certain anomalies, but some of those anomalies are rather dangerous.
Just I
We could put them to pay the hell because they're trying. They say they want to do and help humanity, but at the same time they're also doing helping dangerous entities.
uh, I don't I don't think they should go on there. I say we
Okay.
put them in neutral evil and be done with this.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we can come back to it at a different time when we go double check everyone.
I
We've been at it for an
I don't
hour and I still feel like I don't really know the group, though I've heard so much about it.
Well, yeah,
I'm proposing we put it in neutral evil literally based on vibes alone. That's it.
You know what? That's valid.
They passed the neutral evil vibes check.
yeah. Alright, so the next one is actually a group of interest we've heard quite a couple times from other SCP documents.
Primordial.
Primordial, yeah. Alright,
I
initially,
hate that
I don't
font.
even
I hate it with all my existence.
okay.
Look what they did to the M.
Oh, what the fuck? What the Oh,
That's not an M. That's a glorified N.
Okay.
You need the second line. You need
long
the third
N.
line.
Yeah.
Long N.
Anyways, uh, initially a simple group of mercenaries, like so many others, Primordial evolved into a major actor in its field following the arrival of 194FR-F, also known as In Time Timeless, at its head, which marked the beginning of Primordial's policy of interference in the affairs of its competitors. Primordial arbitrated several conflicts between major mercenary organizations, resulting in a growing influence far greater than that of the other groups. The culmination of this newly acquired authority was undoubtedly the signing of the Casablanca Agreements in 1950, through which Primordial imposed a strict code of ethics on the anomalous mercenary scene, which it continues to uphold and enforce to this day, maintaining secrecy surrounding the existence of the anomalous, establishing elementary moral and ethic principles, accepting anomalous individuals, a common policy aimed at preserving the scene from internal and external threats. Since the disappearance of 194-FR-F in the 1960s, Primordial has been led by the primates, whose exact number is unknown, and is the main contact of the SCP Foundation within the mercenary scene. The two organizations have also established a form of cooperation through the delivery of anomalous objects and individuals by Primordial to the Foundation. Nevertheless, Primordial cannot be considered a trustworthy interlocutor in general, as it does not hide from serving its own interest above all. Now, we do have a hub.
Okay. So where would we put a mercenary group? Where would I put the Fighters Guild in Oblivion?
Oh,
I
we.
feel like
Huh? I was gonna say we have a speech from the SCP that disappeared, who was the head of
okay,
Primordial.
Okay.
Most of
let's read it. Let's hear it. Yeah.
yeah, most of you are like me, children, babies, and with neither family nor home, who roam the streets begging, stealing, assaulting, then taken in by Primordial become killers, thieves, aggressors. The generation of the future. The vermin of the future. It must be said that the people who called us that were not completely wrong. From vermin, we became predators. A mercenary, after all, is just a dog you can't trust. They follow orders as long as they have their pay, and can turn against the hand that fed them for the right price. I see some frowning in assembly, some people who do not recognize themselves in this description, or rather who know full well that it applies to their own person and hate it. Aspire to more. That's good. It is to you that this speech is directed. Like so many others, I was employed during the Occult War. I was very young, let's say 20 years. I saw horrors there, like those one encounters in the field when one practices our profession. Murders, blood, betrayals, abominations that the mind could not conceive and that words could not describe. Weapons more terrible than the most cruel of men, sacrificial rituals, silent events, forbidden days, broken lives. This is not a complaint, just an observation. Now I want you to think about those things you have necessarily encountered during your career, the kind of incidents that you knew were conceivable, that you signed up for, that working in the anomalous world necessarily involves being confronted with this kind of case. But nothing to do, no, you can't assimilate it. It passes over your mind like water on an oilcloth. The only way to protect it from the madness that lies in wait. Hard to control the chills, isn't it? Now I want to talk to you about another aspect of our profession, something that is all too often ignored. When I deployed to Bosnia and Herzegovina in 1913, my first mission, I stayed there for a year with the same agents, the same enemies, the same abominations every day. The only thing they had in common was that I saw them all die one by one. All of them. No one was spared. Some died for me. I've seen people help others give their time, their food, their blood, and their sweat so that a colleague has one more day to count, an enemy a gentler death, a creature with a merciful end. I saw a comrade throw herself on a grenade so we rookies could survive. I saw a man from the other side let a companion cross the no man's land without retaliation, so he could go get his wounded dog. Same dog who had previously ripped his own hand off. I saw a mountain bring us food and water with no other motivation than to want to help. Today, the woman to whom I owe my life is dead. The man was shredded 3 days later by the Beastmaster's hounds. The mountain beings were all killed by the peasants who found them. There is darkness, light, in that which belongs to neither. I decided a long time ago that if the mercenary profession was ungrateful, it could also be adorned with a certain nobility, a true one, the one that comes from simplicity, from a spontaneous gesture that reveals courage, greatness of soul. And it is for this ideal that I choose to fight today. We will not only be the largest mercenary organization the anomalous scene has ever known, it will be the first to go beyond simple material and financial issues. The first to unify the scene of anomalous mercenarism under an ethic, a work code. To give back to our work the original ability which is sorely lacks today, to protect the profession for organizations which would like to exploit it as a leisure, and to prevent our colleagues from annihilating themselves in stupid clan wars, brotherhoods. I see it in some people's eyes. This project speaks to you, inspires you. You will follow me as you followed me when it was necessary to find a successor to my late predecessor. As for the others, well, I guess all I have to do now is pay you like dogs to make your converts. Excerpt from the speech of institution of SCP-194-F R-F at the Head Primordial, 1944.
Okay. So on one hand, I think I understand this group a little better and have a
Yeah.
certain amount of respect. But also, I spent the majority of you reading after a certain point just trying to figure out the fucking logistics of the Seventh Occult War. Because,
Yeah.
like, he said that he was in the Seventh Occult War and talked about how he saw someone going over no man's land, which would imply that the Seventh Occult War used trench warfare,
Yep.
Yep.
which, like, we know that it happened around World War II,
Mm-hmm.
in which case, like, trench warfare was largely gone by then. So what? Wait, why? What's going on? I'm so confused.
Oh, it didn't apply which occult war. There are 7. It just says the occult war. It could be either of the 7.
Well, he was alive at the age or at the in the 40 he was alive in 44. The most recent occult war at that time would have been the 7th. I don't know if he'd be alive for any of the previous. Then again, we don't know when any of the previous happened. For
Yeah.
all we know, the 7th occult war happened 5 days after the 6th ended.
Yeah.
Ares would be pleased.
Yeah.
You okay, Jerry?
Yeah.
Oh,
He is definitely a character I respect, but I also don't know where they would be placed.
also, they apparently have connections to other mercenary groups. Renewable
Well, that's
resources.
to be expected.
Uh, that one, which has the Russian communist symbol.
A- Aaron,
Yes.
the hammer and sickle is not an inherently Russian thing.
It's just a sign of communism.
Oh, well, I see down here
Like
that. Oh, sorry.
it developed in tandem with uh like the Soviets,
Yeah.
but like it's more than just the Russian communist symbol.
Yeah, their discussion is trying to reestablish the Soviet Union. Yeah. In this
Okay.
one. Yeah. Uh,
Doesn't it also symbolize workers' rights?
Well, yeah. Like it was developed as like communism, especially in its beginnings, and ideally is fundamentally a workers' rights ideology.
the Colorado Private Task Force.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you say Colorado?
For the most part, known for the Colorado
Like,
Private Task Force, founded in the late 1950s by about 30 American veterans of the Korean War, whose claimed under influence of dissident members of the Gauss Cannons. Order is currently mass and Sacred Front Foundation, Primordial, and Colorado members themselves ignoring it. Uh,
my state mentioned?
Bestial modifications. Bestial means biological engineering a species against any transactions by induced, anomalous, or illegal modifications. Bond jacks. Crazy bunch. Mercenaries affiliated with Primordial. I was just trying to see if there's any S groups that we recognize. I didn't see Val Raven, which is a mercenary group.
Three members. That last one has 3 members.
So yeah, do we already have enough information?
I hmm. I would normally instinctually put um like hired gun
Oh,
groups.
we actually have something
What?
right here. List of backers banned by Primordial. Church of the Broken God. All worshippers and associates of circuit cults. Artistic group Are We Cool Yet? And representative of the Sapphire group.
What's Sapphire again?
I don't remember. I think we put in a bad one.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't have that much great of a relationship with the Global Cult Coalition.
How do they feel about the Chaos Insurgency?
I don't know, but apparently they have a rivalry with the Chicago Spirit.
That is so random.
Marshall Carter and Dark, professional some points of opposition regarding the treatment of the profession. Oh,
That tracks.
Sapphire, ambiguous without real hostility or sustained activity. Oh, Sapphire is part of the Global Cult Coalition, so yeah, that's probably why we put him in evil.
Right.
Yeah. Gentle Homes, Humanities, cordial but limited. Chaos and Surgery is not mentioned.
Cordial but
No,
limited
that
makes me think they are not friends with them.
They're,
yeah, cordial would imply that it's kind of like you ever have that one student that like through a guy that like goes to the class down the hall and like you pass through some of the same social circles so you go, "Hey, how you doing?" Like you're very polite with them but you don't form anything beyond that. That's the vibe.
Yeah.
you're polite to them, but no real investment, says random person.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's good that they ban the circuit cults from purchasing services.
I think like by and large I would normally like what's the best way to put it? You see, because here's the thing, I'm having troubles reconciling my thoughts about like the concept of like mercenary groups with my understanding of what that tends to look like in the modern age. Because like fucking like military contractors, you get some of the most depraved and fucked up people in recent human history working for those fuckers.
Yeah,
Oh, a kangaroo with a joey. Hello. You're gonna ow.
I says
Okay, the kangaroo just punched me.
Oh, kangaroo! I thought you said cakeroo.
No, no, no kangaroo.
Anyways, random person says I want
Um,
to put mercenaries as chaotic neutral.
uh, as a concept, yeah, and I think that's the thing with this group in particular. Here's my thoughts. Like, I do think that like the concept of a mercenary group is just gonna have to be a case by case basis. For this group in particular, I think I would put them in true neutral.
Yeah.
That feels right to me. A spider jock.
Yeah, I agree with that. What do you think, Jerry?
Yeah.
Now, are we still good to do one more?
We do get points for not working with certain
Well,
cultists.
oh, we already did this one. Because it's not even on here. So yeah, we already did this one. Oh, yeah, Society of Atheists for the Protection of the Perilous and Hindering Institutionalized Religions Everywhere. That's what Sapphire was.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And we put them in evil because they're like the equivalent of if an anti-theist org had actual,
Hmm.
like, significant power.
Yeah.
And fuck anti-theists. This message is brought to you by a former anti-theist.
Alright, so do you guys want to do the final French group? 'Cause this is the last one.
Oh, then yeah, let's get France done tonight.
Yeah. Because then I think we only have. Yeah, we only have. Only two more. Two more groups of interest. Branches, I mean. Two more branches.
Two more groups of interest. I wish.
Yeah.
Uh.
These streams are these stream I'm being entirely honest here, and there's no offense meant, but these streams are definitely beginning to drain on my sanity even more so than the content farms.
I think that means we should probably end it here, especially after that 1 hour group of us
I
looking into it and feeling more or less just as confused as when we started. Because that's how I felt after listening to everything. And yes, I did listen. It didn't make me less confused, it just made me more confused.
That's fair in a person.
Well, to be clear,
Finish French.
I want to finish the French branch tonight.
Oh,
I'm just saying,
okay.
like, in general, these streams have begun to wear on me.
That's fair. At least it's like one. The tier list is like once a week,
Well, yeah,
so you do get a break.
full listed. A major anomalous event happens. One half of New York is going to just vanish.
Yeah. I'm still not ready for the first group and the minor group of interest.
We don't need to talk about it right now.
Yeah. Anyways. Anyways, the last French group of interest is Kingdom of Universe Isle. The Kingdom of
Okay.
the Kingdom of Universe Isle, also known as the Kingdom of Clouds or by codename Crusoe, is an anomalous civilization established on an island NX-012, suspended in a part of the Earth's sky partitioned with a pocket dimension. Its inhabitants, the Isleans, are the descendants of French peasants and craftsmen who settled there in the early 18th century before the island was rendered inaccessible. Their existence was only discovered at the beginning of the 20th century through the various military operations carried out by the Kingdom on Earth, subsequent to the design of aerial vehicles enabling passage through the pocket dimension. During their long isolation, the Icelandians managed to survive and develop using a wide range of crafts and engineering techniques, as well as thaumaturgy, made possible by the island's low reality levels. While the organization of the Kingdom of Universe Isle is based on well-known terrestrial models, absolute monarchy, feudal system, division of territory into duchies, etc., its history and culture have grown out of its people's accommodation to the anomalies. The island, especially Gurin, its capital, constitutes de facto an ideal setting for the development of numerous individuals, groups, businesses, and ideas relating to anomalous phenomena. Since the end of its isolation, the Kingdom of Universal has pursued a xenophobic policy against all Earth peoples, supported by the coordinated efforts of religious institutions and propaganda organizations. In response, Decentralism, a movement of advocating peace between Icelandians and Earthlings, has emerged and continues to exist despite its repression by the regime. As agreements were reached, the Decentralists became the SCP Foundation's main Icelandic collaborators. As well as being home to population universe NX012, is also home to number of anomalous living species. The origin of NX012 is still under investigation. Okay, so what religious institutions propaganda? Oh, we actually, this is actual propaganda shit.
What
Huh.
did you think they meant?
No, I didn't think they would actually. I didn't think something like this would be made. This is actually kind of cool.
So, for starters,
Yeah,
we've got a pretty obvious people tier.
yeah, this is people tier.
It's an entire little civilization living in the sky.
Yeah.
But now I just want to hear some stuff about them. This could be interesting.
Oh yeah, like the
What about
propaganda that they have.
SCP? I wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking of like looking at one of the related SCPs.
Okay. And it's a Keter.
Ah, fun.
Alright. 471FR refers to a species of ethereal jellyfish. Scientific distinction given by the Foundation
Oh,
Alchemy Department. I am not even going to try and say that. I can say the last word, but not the first one. Anyways.
scientific.
Oh,
Wait,
sorry.
what was that again? Sorry, look back at it. Oh wow, yeah, that's. I'm not trying that one either.
Anyways, whose length ranges from a few kilometers to several dozens of kilometers, and which lives in the upper layers of the terrestrial atmosphere. The shape approximates the one of Cynia capillata, lion's mane jellyfish. These entities are composed of ethers. Oh, it just connects to a really long ass story. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. I.e., oh, it does explain. I.e., invisible and intangible elementary flows forming the thread of the universe. Oh. No- Notably, they are composed of Uranois, Equalis, and fulminous ethers, which are the ethers connected to air, water, and electricity, respectively. Given their nature, the instances of 471FR are permanently intangible and most of the time invisible. Instances become partially visible when feeding on the fulminous ether that develops above the storm clouds as flashes of lightning appear. Then a red flash lights up instances' tentacles and or oral arms intermittently for a period ranging from a few milliseconds to several hundreds of milliseconds, giving rise to transient luminous events. These are commonly referred to as sprites or red sprites. Their umbrella can rarely light up in red for 1 to 5 milliseconds above storm clouds as well, which is equivalent to TLE named elves. The instances seem to interact with aurorae. The average height of instances of 47FR, while resting increases with age, their umbrella can reach a diameter of 40 kilometers, and their tentacles and oral arms can reach the length of 100 kilometers.
Sheesh.
These are some big ass jellyfish.
Well sized.
Yeah. Typically, the entities live in the mesosphere and the lower thermosphere, and altitudes comprise between 40 kilometers, lower extremity of the lower arms, and 140 kilometers, summit of the umbrella. However, because of their etheric and insubstantial nature, their arms can quite rapidly increase in length and thus go from 50 to up to 150 kilometers in a few hours, notably during the feeding phases when arms extend down to the summit of thunderstorm clouds. In some cases, when the storm occurs above the sea and the entity has reached its maximal height, the tentacles can extend within the storm clouds, but these never reach the surface. This is a 471 are sensitive to hume levels of upper atmosphere and use the hume flows as a means of transport, the flows providing them a prop. The entities propel themselves by contracting and relaxing the umbrella alternatively, like non-anomalous jellyfish. They can also move without any hume flow, but their speed is significantly lower. As of 2020, redacted existing instances of 471FR have been identified. So, double-digit number.
Gee.
These can be found in all latitudes, although they are most of the time situated above continents located in tropical latitudes. These instances, despite living in largely solitary life, can gather together during large-scale thunderstorms, such as cyclones, or during very frequent storms like at Lake Maracaibo, Venezuela, and at the Tiwi Islands, Australia. In those cases, an increase of luminous red flashes has been noticed in their umbrella, supposedly a means of communication between the entities, or at least a signaling their presence to other individuals. Instances of 471FR form from non-anomalous jellyfish at the end of their life. These release small amounts of aqueous ether, which mix with the atmosphere flows of aurorous ether. If the concentration of this mix exceeds a threshold of 10 kilometers cubed volume, and if an instance of 471FR is located in the vicinity, this instance will get closer to the concentration area and surround it with its oral arms for 10 hours. Meanwhile, the ethers will be mixing and structuring themselves into a jellyfish. At the end of this process, a juvenile instance of 471FR is formed, measuring 5 kilometers in height, in average, and having an umbrella of a diameter in the order of 1 kilometer. The mother entity and the daughter entity keep together until finding a thunderstorm cloud where they can feed on fulminous ether, after which they separate. The donor entity then grows as it consumes the ether as described above. Once it reaches its maximal size, the entity positions itself above an ocean where the weather is calm and stable. Its tentacles gradually extending to eventually reach the surface of the water. Afterwards, the entity discharges its ethers in a way to create numerous non-anomalous juvenile jellyfish of a random species, but adapted to the environment in question, for several hours. During this process, the entity disappears gradually by decomposing itself into a constituent ethers. The aurorous ethers disperses in the atmosphere, the aqueous ether returns into the ocean, and the fulminous ethers is totally used to form the non-anomalous jellyfish. The entire life cycle, the accumulation of the ethers, and the life of an instance of 471FR takes 8 to 10 years to be fully completed, one entity forming and disappearing on a monthly basis. So they basically unendangered jellyfish by doing this.
I wouldn't go that far, but uh,
Also, where's the connection to this group?
have we gotten to the end of the article?
No. Still got a bit to go.
Do you want to keep reading or just say fuck it? I can appreciate this just because I think it's rooted in an actual cryptid. which
Yeah.
is to say, on the cryptid wiki, there is such a thing as atmospheric jellyfish,
Oh, it's
where
not that
people,
far for the group, anyways. But yeah, I can keep reading.
yeah,
That's fine. I mean, this is the last group of the night. That's fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
the atmospheric jellyfish in like cryptozoology is effectively just people seeing vaguely jellyfish shape clouds and cloud structures and saying, "Oh, that must be a creature."
Oh my god.
It's cryptozoology is a mess. It's
Yeah.
such a mess.
At least it helped brings forth really good SCPs.
True.
Yeah. When an object or a living being
What?
passes, huh?
I was talking about this.
Ah. When an object or living being passes by an instance of 471FR, or at least or less than 5 kilometers from one of its body parts, the latter engages a self-defense mechanism consisting of flashes of lightning coming from the fulminous ether that forms it. This response increases in intensity as the object stays in the vicinity of the entity, especially if the object gets closer to or goes through it. Below are listed the effects seen as of now, with the approximate duration of the trigger of the effect for a 3 kilometer distance. Alright, time of trigger from the entry in the area. Intensification, local electric field, partial ionization of the air, formation of ozone. Affects feelings of tingling. After 2 to 4 minutes, appearance of lightning without collision around the object, involuntary muscular spasms, partial and temporary paralysis. After 6 to 8 minutes, appearance of Saint Elmo's fires from the tips of the object.
Oh,
Muscular tetany of one or several limbs, first degree minor burns. Am I supposed to know about St. Elmo's fires? I don't think I was ever taught that.
I I
St. Elmo's
don't know.
fire is basically from swamp lights, I believe. Let me look it up.
Weather phenomenon. Yeah, a weather phenomena in which luminous plasma is created by a corona discharge from a rod-like object, such as a mast, spire, chimney, or animal horn.
Oh,
I
damn.
remembered it slightly wrong. That's okay.
Alright, anyways. After 10 to 15 minutes, some short circuits within the object, if it comprises like electric or electronic components, second degree or higher, serious burns due to electrocution. After 12 to 17 minutes, generalized short circuits, complete electrical failure of the object if it comprises electric or electronic components. Electric shock and death by electrocution in a redacted percent of cases. It's a double-digit number. I'm surprised it's not all cases. It is of note that the protection usually provided by the metallic structures of planes and ships, which act like Faraday cages and stop the lightning from causing damage inside, does not apply here. The ethers can go through material objects and manifest in as well as out of the latter. In the past, this phenomenon, coupled with the entity's sensibility to cumes, prevented the Foundation from completing the atmospheric cume levels control protocol designed to prevent passages between Earth and Universe Isle from forming. And alchemical protection can help reduce these efforts, but only for a few minutes, and only by keeping a distance of 3 kilometers or more from the entities. The habitual effects recover their normal intensity afterwards. No drones equipped with atherothermic propellers and sensors are currently used for completing this protocol. Alright. Circumstances of discovery. 471FR is a species native of the extra-dimensional reality home to the Kingdom of Universe Isle. In this reality, the entities are significantly smaller, between 1 and 10 meters in length from the umbrella to the oral arms, and live in lower altitudes. The entities stay in altitudes comprised between 1 kilometer above and under the island of Universe Isle. The range of self-defense mechanism is a 50-meter radius, and the mechanism itself is far less efficient than in our reality. This is compensated for the fact that they move by shoals of 10 up to several hundreds of individuals. The Icelandians refer to them as Valathers, residents of Universe Isle. Yeah. Instances of 471FR came in redacted 19 redacted on Earth and when an Universe Isle expedition ship pursued by Foundation aircrafts within a thunderstorm cloud used a passage to their world of origin. This passage came on to a shoal of Valathers, which, attracted by the aether from the storm, passed through it and came on Earth. Entities began to attack Foundation aircrafts, forcing them to retreat quickly, causing major dysfunction, the two of them, which led to those sinking on the sea. The Foundation alchemists began to study and follow these entities in order to elaborate containment procedures. However, due to aether flows being significantly less intense on Earth than in Universe Isle because of the Great Seal, an alchemic dispositive set up to reduce the influence of alchemy and aethers in a radius of 2 light years around Earth. Wow. I'm pretty sure that's huge, right?
I have no idea how big a
No.
light year is.
Okay.
To
But
put it into it's the speed. A light year is the distance at which light can travel in a year. To put this into
Oh, geez.
perspective, the distance between like in light years, the distance between Earth and the sun is 8 light minutes. It takes about 8 minutes for light from the sun to reach Earth.
okay, so that barrier is really fucking huge.
Yes, it is absurdly huge.
The instances of Force 91 are gathered together and combined with each other to grow and absorb the fulminous aether in large quantities. This also led to an increase of their altitude of distribution. This process lasted for approximately 1 year. The containment becoming thus impossible, a decision was taken to monitor them and to remove civilians from the entities as far as possible. Okay, so now we know where they came from. They were once residents of Kingdom of Universe Isle. Or, well, I should say animals in
I did
Kingdom of Universe Isle.
I did not expect that I'd have to give a brief description as to what a light year is today.
So yeah, well, let's go ahead and just put them in people group.
Yeah. It's a whole ass little civilization over there or up there.
Yeah. Though this is an interesting one, though.
I like it. Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So, yeah, this is all that we have left right here. We do not have much.
Why'd you say so and then drop off the face of the earth?
Help me.
What?
Oh, was that my internet being fucky?
Maybe. I was just saying that. So we have only this mount left.
Oh, okay, then yeah. Like you just said so and then silence for a bit there, so I guess that was my internet being fucky.
Oh, your internet did a joke on you.
Damn
Your
it.
internet pulled a prank.
So 20 left says random person. Yeah. We might actually, depending on how many Thursdays there are this year, we might actually finish it before New Year. Like the international.
And then we've got minor groups of interest.
Yeah, I'm.
And then we're going, and then we're apparently going back and figuring things out before.
Yeah. Also, I will say it's gonna take us way longer to go through the minor groups of interest, probably a year, because there's over 100.
I doubt that that would take a year.
Or it'll take a really long time. Since it took us a long time just to
Well,
do
Like
if
this
they're
one.
minor groups, I'm sure it's less reading.
less
Probably.
reading and like on a good day, we've gone through 5 or 6
Yeah.
groups in one stream.
And I'm
So
just
that would
going.
be about 20 streams,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
which
guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
uh, Oh, go ahead.
I'm just gonna take a wild shot in the dark and say they are probably not gonna have groups of the minor groups that are so long and vague that after an hour you still feel lost in the head.
That's fair. Anyways.
I
Anyways.
want to talk to whoever put together the the group page for for the Order of Light to do two things. One, I would I would commend them on putting so much of their time and effort into such a a daunting task. I would then punch them in the face.
The fuck?
I'm sorry.
Uh,
Anyways, I'm gonna go in soon now. 3, 2, 1.
excuse me.
White
Yellow on a
background.
white background is evil.
Yeah, they did have that.
uh, a part of me wonders if there was some kind of odd language barrier or uh cultural barrier with that one. Like maybe it was making reference to something in particular that's like a deep-seated thing in France, and it would obviously go over all of our American heads.
Yeah.
Either that or it was just genuinely confounding just for the sake of it.
We may never find out, or scream trying to find out.
Remember, says we are uncultured Americans. However, we have not committed the cardinal sin of speaking French, apparently. Bonjour. That's the only French word I know.
I don't know French.
Baguette.
So I picked
I
that
think
up from
salute is Russian.
no, that's that's something that Apollo says that's French.
Oh,
I can't remember. Why did the French need to be saved specifically? I know bonjour and baguette.
You know buffet?
No. Oh, well. Okay, I do know buffet.
I was oh, I want to hurt you.
Aaron, you know what a bouquet is?
Bouquet? I know a bouquet.
You know a French word. You know what champagne is?
I've never had it, but I know what the word is.
You know another French word. You probably know more French than you think you do.
I'll forget it tomorrow.
Uh,
Anyways, Jerry, do you have any last words for stream?
uh, the music that the light group played reminded me of the Castle of Zeal from Chrono Trigger.
Oh,
You do not know that song, and I feel too tired to explain.
I probably don't care. That mean? Anyways, Hatchet, any of your last words for stream?
Uh, chickens are running from themselves, and they're scared of me because I'm going to eat them. I don't.
Oh my god.
That's the song I meant. My brain is fried.
Yeah.
My favorite flavor is flesh.
Yeah.
Uh,
anyways, Danger Noddles. I hope to see you guys next time for your next mission. Um, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be Pokemon, and I'll post what happens on Monday. Schedule if I fucking remember. But yeah, anyways, raid words are Danger Noddle Raid. That's the raid words. Do I know this VTuber? No, I fucking don't. I'm just raiding random fucking people. See, I'll see you then, and gonorrhea goose farts.
Aaron!